Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Above the Rim Rundown, where we run down all things NBA. I am one of your hosts, Memo, and right beside me, back from a short little break, I've got Hoops. How you doing?
What's going on, man? Overall, I've been doing good, just um getting through in life. A little bit busy as of late. Hence, as you mentioned, it wasn't really it was like a break from appearance from the podcast, but in terms of like life, not really much of a break there. So yeah, overall, I have been hanging through. What about you, man? How you been doing?
I've been good. This was a pretty fun week for me, not gonna lie. Like, this week, for some reason, I got the entire week off of work. So I've been enjoying my week, getting some extra sleep. I went to uh, a Tyler the Creator concert this week, which was really fun. I've seen him before live, but I think this performance was even better than his last tour. Even though the last tour had like better um, stage design, I think this concert was better for Chromacopia. I went with my little sister. That was fun. I got to see the newer Kobe statue for the first time with Gigi, them sitting together. That was cool. I didn't know the entrance near that statue is now called Kobe Bryant entrance. So I don't think it was
I
called
heard
that
about that.
before.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's cool. So I love the Kobe tributes as a Lakers fan. So I did that. We recorded a video this week too for my music channel. We made a tier list for the last like 10 Super Bowl halftime shows, which was really fun to do. Very proud of that video.
Was
Yeah, it was a fun video to record, to make. It took forever to edit, but it was all worth it. I thought it was a really well done video. So you guys can all check that out. Uh, it's on my other channel. And then tomorrow I'm actually busy as well. I think I'm going to the zoo tomorrow, San Diego Zoo. So that should be exciting, going with family. So yeah, good week for me. Uh, I hope you kind of said it was the usual for you, but I hope you also have been enjoying your week, and I hope you were able to enjoy, even though last week's All Star game wasn't the best. I did a whole episode by myself last week covering the NBA All Star game. So if you want to know my thoughts on that, you can watch that video. And I covered like the entire weekend, so like the dunk contest and even the celebrity game. I went in depth in that. So if you haven't seen that, you go check it out. But again, Hoops wasn't there for the last episode. So since you're here now, do you want to give some quick thoughts on last week's All Star game and you know any ideas on where the NBA should move on from here?
um so to be quite frank, I didn't really get to catch much of the All-Star weekend last week because of busy with my like life agenda, shall we say. But after hearing about what happened, I'm glad that I didn't watch it because I feel like it's like a waste of time, honestly, and a snooze fest. Um like the highlight of All-Star weekend would be the festivities usually. Back in the day, back in the day, the All-Star game was actually entertaining too because players actually tried to do good and win. But now it's just watching a bunch of grown men mess around. Like, quite honestly, I'd probably rather go to the park and watch like randos who actually care about winning as opposed to like grown men who don't actually give a damn about the game. So I didn't really get to watch much about of the actual festivities or the game, but seeing clips, the main thing I saw was how Chris Paul and Wemby completely tried to cheat the system, but instead they got disqualified. So jokes on them. I'm glad that they just got disqualified because they did not deserve to win in that fashion. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Chris Paul's sixth loss in the skills challenge or something like that. something crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
think that's what I heard. But I remember really well the previous attempts when he actually was like, I guess the old format when it was like solo or whatever. It was more hilarious because when Chris Paul actually tried, um, he flopped. Like first, like literally, he's a flop artist on the basketball court in games, but he failed those in that type of flop. Like for example, I remember both of them. He would miss like a easy ass layup at the end, which added more time to him. So those are always laughs. But yeah, the main thing I saw was that failure, and dunk contest obviously being an absolute snooze fest. Um, Not unshockingly, the only highlight is once again Mac McClung. So, um, shout out to him for actually keeping the dunk contest going and alive. But I feel like at this point, it's like almost every damn dunk possible in existence has already been used to the point where like people just aren't gonna be impressed anymore. Like at this point, you're just recycling the old plays. So that's a little bit tricky there. As far as like what changes could be made to improve All-Star Weekend, I honestly literally don't know. I feel like it's hard because the system is just broken. Um, I heard about the rumor of possibly doing like a 1v1 tournament for All-Star. That sounds actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. So maybe that could help. But aside from that, I really don't know. Um, I feel like at this point, if it continues being like the presentation it has been the last few years, probably better off spend your time watching something else or doing something else, honestly. So yeah, my honest thoughts is the ratings are going down for good reason, unfortunately. Hopefully they have a plan to find a way to better things back to how All-Star Weekend used to actually be fun.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think that's mostly on the players. This year, it wasn't. This was probably the one year it wasn't the players' fault. This format did help the players become a bit more competitive. There was definitely a lot more defense played on the first game, the second game. It was a presentation with Kevin Hart being annoying, with all the random breaks like Mr. Beast doing a random challenge, or uh, stopping the like championship game to shout out the TNT crew, which ruined all momentum. Once those guys came back to the court, they gave up. They clearly gave up because they had to like just sit there for like 30 minutes, waiting for all the celebration to like stop. So this year was definitely on the broadcasting side. Like it was all their fault. Their fault. But like, yeah, it's so disappointing that I don't even like. Even though the tournament worked, I don't want to see it again. Like I did talk about last week how maybe if we extend like the points, like make it to up to 50 or 60, that might help so that we can watch more basketball because there wasn't a lot of basketball this week, or this game. There was like 40 minutes of basketball within 3 hours of the All Star slot. There was more ads than basketball. So I think extending the amount of points needed could work, but at the same time, I don't want to see the tournament again. Like, what will work is if we go back to East and West, the players try, and we just play a regular basketball game. If the players just try, not even like game seven type of energy, game seven of the NBA Finals type of energy, just like, okay, have some fun at the beginning, and then in the fourth quarter, lock in, try to win the game, try to get that All Star MVP trophy. That's how past All Star games have been, like 10 years ago. That's how it would work, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. Why can't we do that again? Like, come on. Like, it's the players, they think it's corny or cringe to try, which I don't know why this is a common sentiment nowadays. Um, I'm glad that Victor Wembanyama came through and tried during the All Star game this year, and he'll definitely be an All Star for many years to come. So hopefully, him and maybe other All Stars in the future can follow suit and try harder. Because right now, a lot of the NBA players, especially the veterans out there, like LeBron, uh, don't seem to care, and I think that's cringe. I think not caring is cringe. You're paid millions and
Yeah.
millions
Well,
and millions of dollars. You have life changing money, not only for yourself, but your kids, your future grandkids will be rich, your great grandkids will be rich. All you have to do is play basketball like you do in pickup. That's all you have to do, and you're just gonna miss it because your ankle kind of hurts. Like, that's lame.
I think the reality is veteran superstars just don't really want to even be there. They wish they could have like the full week off. And understandable, honestly, because like 82 game season is so long and they don't really get a lot of stoppages in between and so forth. But then it's like at that point, like why even go to the All-Star weekend?
Exactly. If you're gonna fake an injury earlier so you don't even go and have a different All Star caliber player go instead. I would rather have Norman Powell trying out there than no Ant, no LeBron out there. Like, what are we doing?
I was gonna say like if they could have at least announced it earlier, they could have gotten All-Star replacements.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, that all pissed me
I,
off. I talked about
I
it a
hear
lot
some
last
people
week.
I hear some people say that they think that LeBron and did that to try to leave a message to Adam Silver, like you better change something, or I don't know.
That's all. That's what
And
he does. He always changes something. It's the players that need to change. It's the place. And
yeah,
I'm tired of Adam Silver changing everything, actually. I want him to keep it the same. Just East versus West. And the players just try a bit. Try a bit. That's all that's needed to be done. But
yeah,
we can't get that done for some reason.
yeah. It's definitely yeah. I don't know what to say. Like honestly, at that point, they might as well just get rid of the All-Star weekend and just do like no basketball for a full week because like that's just not even fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, I doubt they'll ever do that because, there's a lot of money involved. But at this
Yeah,
point, like, what are we doing? Like, I know
yeah,
next year's All Star game is gonna be in LA in the Intuit Dome, right? Like,
yeah.
we talked about it, maybe possibly saving up to go, but like, would it be worth it? Like, I don't know.
You don't I don't think it'd be worth it,
No,
honestly.
like,
Like
you have to pay me to go over there. I'll
the
definitely work over
experience,
there. I wouldn't pay to go there.
yeah, the experience sounds cool, but if I have to pay that much for such a low presentation, like no thanks. I'll either watch it on TV or maybe even just don't even watch it at all, honestly. Over paying like 100 or some shit for some really poor presentation where I could have spent my money and time on something else that's better. So, yeah. We will see regarding that.
We'll see. So I guess that could be the end of the All Star talk. I didn't mean to make it this long, especially since we do have a fun episode for today. Not a regular like rundown episode because hasn't been a lot of basketball since there was an All Star break. Um, so instead of talking basketball or any news, even though like there were a few big news, like Victor Wembanyama is not going to be playing for the rest of the season. That sucks. Hopefully he recovers well. But instead of focusing on all that, we're playing a few little mini games. We got some games that we are going to be playing today. Hopefully I could turn them into shorts and TikToks. I have a few games made. Hoops has a few games made. Do you want to go first? Should I go first? What do you think?
I mean, probably doesn't really matter, but I guess I can go first.
All right.
So my first mini game, I have King of the Court All-Time Point Guards Edition. So should be fun.
It sounds fun.
All right. So I have 10 rounds here, and then it's gonna be first one, two players pick, and then from there, the winner versus another player, progressively going up. I think not much needed to be said.
Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Easy. We've done it
But
before.
without further ado, let's get started. So round one of King of the Court All-Time Point Guard Edition, Rajon Rondo versus John Wall. Who do you pick?
Ooh.
Okay. I'm gonna say all in their primes, by the way. So, yeah.
All right. This is probably the controversial pick because I think John Wall was better, but
I think so.
I've always liked Rajon Rondo's game. Like, he's probably one of my favorite Celtics of all time, and I'm a Lakers fan. I don't like the Celtics, but I've always messed with Rondo. So I'm picking him.
And he
I'm
played
picking
for us,
him.
so
He was a Laker.
yeah.
He won a chip with the
Illustrious
Lakers.
championship run. Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, it was a lot. Because I will admit, when he was on the Celtics, I wasn't really a fan of his and his ego. But once he came on the Lakers, I love the guy. So, but for you, you were a fan since his Celtics days.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So
So you're gonna pick Rondo?
yeah, one of the best basketball IQs of all time. I'm picking Rondo over John Wall. Controversial, but that's what I'm going with.
Honestly, even though John Wall probably was better in his prime, honestly, I could understand picking Rondo because I don't think it would be like that big of a difference. Prime Rondo was also quite a different monster. All right, so now for round two, Rajon Rondo versus Derrick Rose.
I have to go Derrick Rose. In his prime, he was an MVP, so I'm going Derrick Rose.
Okay, so round three, Derrick Rose versus Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook is one of my favorite point guards of all time, and I will say he's a better version of Derrick Rose. I'll say that. I know the Chicago fans won't like me saying that, but it's true.
Yeah, I mean, like, I said it myself, like, prime Derrick Rose, when he was really athletic, reminded me a lot of, like, Russ, with those explosive plays, dunks, and all that stuff. So, I think that's accurate. All right, so then round four. Russell Westbrook versus Damian Lillard.
Westbrook, like Dame is the better shooter, but Russ was a better defender throughout his career. Could do a lot more, like rebound. The assists are similar. I guess Dame is a bit more efficient, but I'm going with Westbrook.
Okay, so now we're on round five. Russell Westbrook versus Kyrie Irving.
Westbrook once again. Kyrie's kind of similar to Dame, just not as big of a shooter, but more of a interior guy. Driving with those handles and stuff. With all that said, as great as Kyrie is with the handles, I'm still taking Westbrook. He could just do a lot more.
Okay, round six. Russell Westbrook versus Jason Kidd.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one because they're kind of similar. Jason Kidd is very underrated, I feel like, over the years. Not a lot of Jason Kidd talks for all-time point guards, I believe. He is a phenomenal defender. I believe I saw today he was a 9-time all-defensive team member, so that's a big deal. He's not a scoring threat like Westbrook, but he could, score when needed.
Still pretty good at shooting.
Yeah, especially when he got older, he became a better 3-point shooter, I believe. He's definitely a better facilitator than Westbrook. I don't think he ever won an MVP or anything like that. Won a chip with the Mavs, but not as the main guy. This is tough. Honestly, it's basically what do you want in your point guard? Um, and like if we're going in the traditional sense, I guess Jason Kidd. I'm more, I'm a bigger fan of Westbrook. I think Westbrook is the better point guard, but in the more traditional sense, it would be Jason Kidd, and he was kind of like a Westbrook before Westbrook with those triple doubles. He got a decent amount of triple doubles before Westbrook. Obviously, Oscar Robertson was like the blueprint, but Jason Kidd is up there. Oh, this is tough. The king of the court is for the best point guard, though, right?
Pretty much, or you be the judge, honestly, since you're picking.
It's like what do you want? I'll say Westbrook because of bias, but also because he has an MVP while Jason Kidd does not. So, and you could prime Westbrook was a problem in a way that Jason Kidd wasn't. I think Jason Kidd needs like a really I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. I'm taking Westbrook. I'm taking Westbrook.
All right. And now we are on round seven. 4 more rounds to go. Russell Westbrook versus Steve Nash.
Uh, so that's a two-time MVP right there. Very game-changing the way that he ran that offense for the Phoenix Suns. Now, I'll say he kind of robbed those two MVPs, but he was still amazing. He was still amazing. Uh, this is tough. This is tough. Like, do I go with Nash because he has the two MVPs? Do I go with Westbrook because he was more of a high volume scorer? Uh, I'm sticking with Westbrook. I don't know. Part of me feels like a hypocrite because he has more MVPs, and the MVP is what led me to choose Westbrook over Jason Kidd. But I'm choosing Westbrook over Nash.
Okay. Now we got the round 8. Russell Westbrook versus Chris Paul.
Okay. He's never been an MVP, but wherever Chris Paul goes, he just improves his team by a lot. Um, not a winner, but neither is Westbrook. They both been to the finals before. Westbrook has the MVP, but Chris Paul can do so much on the court to help a team out. I'm going Westbrook. I don't care. I know that's controversial. I'm going Westbrook.
Okay. Honestly, I'm not mad at you on that one. Because personally not a Chris Paul fan. But all good. All right. So now we got 2 rounds remaining. Round 9. Russell Westbrook versus Steph Curry.
All right, I had a feeling he was gonna show up. Yeah, I have to go Curry. As much as I love Westbrook's game, Stephen Curry is a game changing player, a one of a kind player. So I'm going with Curry. I'm finally off of Westbrook. I'm going with Curry.
All right. So now we got our final round, and I have a feeling it's not going to be a shock. Who it's between Steph Curry versus Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I had a feeling this was gonna happen. This is something I debate with myself all the time: Curry versus Magic,
It's
and
tricky.
it is tricky because Magic is probably the greatest passer of all time, but Steph is the greatest shooter of all time. Um, Magic has no bag, but I believe he plays better defense than Curry. Could play more positions. He was clutch as a center uh that one run that really helped his team out. In a way, is game changing as well. Was very exciting once he got into the league with that beef with Larry Bird. This is extremely tough. Part of me wants to say Curry due to recency bias, but I'm also a Lakers fan, so give me Magic. I don't care. I don't care if he can't shoot a three. Give me Magic.
All right. So there we have it. Magic Johnson, your king of the court champion of all time point guards. Good job.
Thanks. That was
All
probably the
right.
most stressful King of the Court I've ever done in my life. I'm not even sure if I believe in my answers.
I mean, I think the last one, without a doubt, is one of the more challenging ones. I probably would have picked Magic too, honestly. But yeah, I think it is now Memo's turn for his first mini game. Now that we did mine, and
Yes.
without further ado, the stage is yours.
All right. So this is what we're doing. We're hoops. You have to guess the player based on the teams they played for, and I made it super easy for you today because I actually made graphics before we hopped on the stream. So I'm gonna go on Discord and send you the first one right now. Just give me a sec. And
All right.
actually, let me set this up first. So we're gonna pause for a second. All right, so this is the first player. They started with the Sixers, then the Nuggets, Pistons, Memphis, back to the Sixers. So who is this player?
This player is the answer, Allen Iverson.
There we go. An easy one to start off with. Yes, this is the answer. The correct answer. Uh, I'll have to. Oh no, we could do it like this. So
All right.
so hoops,
Let me think this.
hoops. Who is this player?
Yeah, let me think this one through. A good amount of teams. Um, so drafted by the Kings, went along a long path, ended up in Denver. Oh, okay. I know who it is. This is DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie.
That's correct. This is DeMarcus Cousins.
I feel
Next,
like he should have been in the league longer, not
I
gonna lie.
I believe so too. Next player. Who is this?
Oh, okay. Um, this is Dennis Schroeder.
Correct. This is Dennis Schroeder. How did you know?
Um, I figured it was him because Atlanta, OKC, Lakers, Celtics. And then it was really the back to the Lakers and then the Raptors part, and then seeing the current team being the Pistons, where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's him. Yeah. Let's to say the least, this man has been quite a journeyman since leaving ATL.
Yeah. So good guess. So far you're 3 for 3, 3 for 3. Next one. Who is this?
All right, let me think this one through for a second.
So they started with the Raptors, the Magic, Rockets, Knicks, Pistons, ended their career with the Hawks.
Okay, let me think.
Once
So
again,
starting with the
for the
Go ahead.
viewers out there, starts with the Raptors, the Magic, Rockets, Knicks, Pistons, and Hawks. So what are you thinking, Hoops?
So started career in Toronto, ended in Atlanta. Let me think who are some players that could be options, and then I'll eventually take a guess. Let me think in my head real quick. Started with the Raptors. kind of blinking out at the moment, not gonna lie.
I
Um,
feel like this was really tough, but it is a very popular, well-known player.
Popular, well known. Okay, let me think.
This is an
I,
all-star caliber player right here.
okay, I had a player in mind. I don't think it is it, but like one of my first guess, I guess, could would be Tracy McGrady.
That is correct. This is Tracy McGrady. I didn't know he was a
Oh,
Hawk, but
okay.
yeah, apparently he was.
Yeah, I will say this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he like sign with the Spurs for like a final series in 2013?
Dude, you're
But I don't
right.
know if he played though.
He was a Spur. Well, I must have read Basketball Reference wrong. I must have missed it. But you're right. He was a
Yeah.
Spur.
That
Oh,
was the reason why I was not confident
my
in my
bad.
pick.
My bad.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
that was on me.
I mean, to be frank, good. To be frank, I think he only played like one game and for like maybe 2 minutes and didn't score. So, um, yeah, his Spurs stint hardly counts, even though it technically does because he was there. But yeah, all good.
All right. Last team, so they started with the Raptors, then Nets, Magic, Suns, Mavs, Grizzlies, Kings, and ended their career as a Hawk.
Oh, okay. So another one of those Raptor Hawk guys.
Yup.
Let me think. Um. Oh, okay. I know who this is. Vince Carter.
You're correct. Vince Carter, you went 5 for 5. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah. I I think this one because like it was a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, when I saw the previous one, when I saw like start with Raptors, end with Hawks, I was wondering like, is that Vince Carter? And then like, wait, the Nets are missing, so it couldn't be Vince Carter. And then this one I saw like Nets were included, Magic, Suns, all that. So yeah, good stuff. And also a great idea you came up with here. I thought this was really creative and fun. I think that you making the graphics made it even cooler, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you. Uh,
Yeah.
it probably made it easier too, but yeah, I think it looks nice and uh, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So you are next. What is your next game?
All right. So my next game, I have blind NBA rankings All-Star 2025 edition, meaning that all of these players just recently were selected and were in the All-Star game.
Uh-huh.
Selected All-Stars. All right. So how it goes, we all know. Five players are blindly picked, and Memo is gonna do his best to rank them in order. All right. So first player I have is Alperen Şengün.
Thank you. And it's out of 5, right?
Yeah, five players.
Then I might put him at 5. Like I can't think of a worse player unless he added a player that I don't like. But I'm putting Shengun at 5.
All right. Number two, Cade Cunningham.
Hmm. Cade is good, better than Shengun, but there's a lot of other All Stars better than Cade, so I'll put him at 4.
Okay. So the third player I have on the list is Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell sounds like a solid 3 to me, so I'm giving him 3.
All right. Um, Number four, Aaron Jackson Jr.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Ah, it's ruined. It's ruined. Uh, 2, I guess. He's not number 1.
Right. So now the last guy is Tyler Hero.
Damn, I messed up. I messed up severely. I guess 1. This was awful. My god.
Man. I'm not gonna lie, when I made this list, I did pick like a lot of first timers. So kinda tricky, honestly.
First timers and
But
Donovan Mitchell. Oh, I guess Jared Jackson Jr.
yeah,
has been an all star.
I forgot about that, honestly. Um, yeah, these are that's what makes these fun. They're tricky, they're hard to rank. But yeah, that one was tough, not gonna lie.
Yeah, part of me
That being said,
thought I should have put Kate at 3, but it's whatever. It is what it is.
I mean, Kate at 3 probably would have not been bad, honestly. Even though
Yeah.
if you look at it in hindsight, it probably would have been 2.
Hindsight,
Yeah.
Shangoon would have been higher. I would have put some others lower, but it's whatever.
All good. All right, so second game down for um oops, second game coming for Memo.
Yeah, and I've got a new game we haven't done before, but it's been pretty popular online. And it's called Keep 5, Leave 5. So essentially, I'm going to give you names of 10 players, and you're not going to know which players are coming up, but you're going to tell me whether you would keep them or leave them. So or you could think of it like starting benching, however you want to think about it, or starting cutting, whatever. But basically, the goal is to keep 5 really good ones, leave 5 not so good ones. And what makes this interesting is I had my sister pick out these players who doesn't know ball, but I've taught her a few things. She knows a few players, so all these players were named by my sister in the order she gave it to me. So I don't know. I think it'll make things interesting. Are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right. So taking? Are you gonna keep or leave Anthony Davis?
Ooh, okay. I'll keep 80.
AD. Okay, you're keeping him. What about Luka Doncic?
Ooh, okay. So starting off with a lot of firepower from the jump. Um, I think I gotta keep Luca also.
Luka, good choice. Next player, LaMelo Ball.
Ooh, okay. And now this is where I gotta keep in mind, like, I kept 2 players already, and then there's still so many players to go,
Uh huh.
and it's like, hmm. Okay,
What are we thinking?
I am a really big LaMelo fan, and this is challenging, but due to like absolutely not knowing what is to come or the possibilities, I think I'm gonna have to drop LaMelo.
All right, we're dropping LaMelo, so that's your first drop. You first leave it. Next player, Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo, all right. Also a fan of Zoe, but I think I have to drop him too.
Yeah, if you drop LaMelo, you had to drop Lonzo at that point. Next player, LeBron James.
Keeping.
Keeping, okay. Her words, not mine. Next player, Lenut. Bronny James.
Oh, sorry, Bronny. Drop.
Okay, we're dropping Bronny. So far, 3 keeps, 3 leave it's. Next player, Darius Garland.
Darius Garland. Okay, I'm kind of shocked that she actually knows who that is. um, hmm. I think I think drop Darius Garland.
Okay, we're dropping Darius Garland. How about Devin Bookham, or that's how she calls him, but Devin Booker.
Um, I mean, I feel like I kind of need to keep him since I dropped Melo. Granted, like I don't know what's to come, but yeah, I think I'm gonna keep Book.
All right, you're keeping Booker. We have two more, and so far it's been even. Four keeps, four leaves. Next player, Nikola Jokic.
Keep.
Okay, we're keeping Jokic. That means you are leaving Booker's teammate Kevin Durant.
Ooh. I mean, I
You were almost perfect.
think my team is alright.
Yeah, your team is
Um,
all right.
yeah. Now, if we look in hindsight, what move change would I do? I think, I mean, I don't know if I even technically have to make much of a change. The only debatable one maybe could be like replace Booker with Durant or possibly even replace Booker with Melo. But I feel like those two are like a toss up ish. So overall, not too bad about my picks, honestly.
Yeah, not bad. I would have replaced Booker with Kevin Durant, but honestly,
Yeah.
you're pretty spot on. That was impressive.
Yeah. I didn't expect her to know who Darius Garland is,
Okay, that
actually.
one, I had my YouTube open, and in one of the thumbnails, it was Darius Garland's picture and the word Darius Garland under him. So she looked at
Oh,
him and it was
okay.
like Darius Garland.
Nice. So I'm guessing those other nine players she knew, right? Like
uh,
actually
well, she still doesn't know Devin Booker's real name. She still calls him Devin Bookham.
understandable. Mhm.
uh, but the rest, yes. She says Nicole Jokic funny as well, but that's it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, honestly, slowly but surely, your sister is gaining the basketball knowledge. So shout out to her. All
Uh,
right. So that was a good one. Now I got my third and possibly final mini game. I guess we'll see. And this one is just gonna simply be NBA trivia. And I got like 12 questions listed here. I guess we can decide based on like how long it takes, but I feel like honestly most of these are not horribly hard. So maybe hopefully I can ask all of these. If not, then I'll save it for the next time.
all right, we'll see.
But first question, and probably not too hard. Um, what was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's real name before he changed it?
Oh, damn it. Uh, I should know this.
So he had this name when he was on the Bucks.
Uh, I think it starts with an A. Um,
Um, his last name started with an A. His
dude,
first name started with something else.
I should know this. I really should. All right, I'm throwing the white flag. I, I don't know. I should know, but I don't know.
Give up.
Yeah.
All right. Kareem Abdul's original name was Lou Alcindor.
Ooh, oh my god. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Lou else. Yeah, I should know that. That was the easy one. Okay. Okay, I gotta lock it.
I mean, okay, it wasn't. I don't think it was the easiest one. So you might be good, honestly. Right.
I'm ready.
Second question: who won the most NBA dunk contests and how many? It's actually two players.
Nate Robinson and Mac McClung with three each. Right?
Bingo. Yep.
Let's go.
So if you would have, yeah. So if we would have done this like 2 weeks ago, it would have only been Nate Robinson. And now add Mac McClung to the list. So good job there. All right, 50% so far. Um, number three. So there are four NBA teams that do not end with the letter S. Can you name them?
Four that doesn't end with. Okay, okay. The Heat.
That's one.
Okay. Mm, okay, now. Okay. This is Magic.
Yep.
Okay.
Two more.
Two more. So none of the California teams, none of the Texas teams. Um. Hmm. Ooh, this is tough. Okay. So both Florida teams so far.
Coincidence.
Yeah. So okay, I guess I'll move through the Eastern Conference. We've already done two. No Raptors, no Celtics, no Nets, no Knicks, no Pacers, no Hawks, no. Okay, no what? What else? No Bucks. Hmm, there's nine teams. What am I missing? Ah, this is. You got my brain working right now. Hornets, no Hornets, so that's 10 of them. Uh, Cavaliers has an S, okay, so that's 11. Hmm. Wizards, that's 12, they have an S. Who else, who else, who else, who else? Dude, this is tough. Mm. Did I say 76ers? They have an S. Okay, let me think of West Coast teams. So none of the Californias, none of the Texas, no Denver. Timberwolves has an S. Bulls has an S. That was one I was missing for the East. Hmm.
Well, you're narrowing down your list, so that's
Yeah.
a step in the right direction.
Suns does have an S, so it can't be that. Mavericks. Oh wait, I already did Texas teams. Oh my god, why is this so hard?
Think of which teams you haven't talked about. Because I feel like the pool is getting smaller and smaller.
it's getting smaller and smaller, but I'm forgetting which teams exist now. uh, okay, this is tough. I've done Kings, I've done Magic, I've done Warriors, I've done Raptors, I've done. Oh my god, I'm blanking out. This is crazy. Thunder, thunder, thunder.
Yep.
Okay, thunder.
Okay. One more. One more.
One more I got lock in. Mm, okay. I haven't named all the Eastern Conference teams. Forgot. Jazz. Jazz.
There we go.
Oh my
All
god.
right. Now it's all good if you don't, but do you remember the four teams now?
Oh, Jazz,
I can just say it
Thunder.
one more time to the fans.
Yeah, Jazz, Thunder, Magic, Heat.
Bingo. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. That was a challenging one for you. All right. So next question, and I think this one might be a little bit challenging too. Not gonna lie.
All right, all right.
But as of 2025, which team has had the most average all-time record, meaning closest to 500 all-time record?
Hawks,
Like an average team. Hmm?
Hawks.
It is not the Hawks. No, recency, they have been very damn average.
Yeah, that's why
So
I
not a
went
bad
with
guess.
them. So what's a
Yeah,
very mid team?
all time
Minnesota
speaking.
lost a lot throughout their runs. So has the Hornets. Um, the Mavs.
So, not the math. So I think your logic is honestly a good way of thinking to eliminate the teams that either had a lot of success or a lot of failing seasons.
Yeah, it can't be like the Lakers or the Celtics.
Oh,
They've won a lot. Warriors have
right.
won a lot. Bulls might have
Yeah. Even
averaged
though they
out.
sucked back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Y-
That's not,
Bulls maybe like they might have averaged out. They did a lot of winning, but since Jordan, they've been doing a lot of losing and being mid.
I feel like that's not a bad guess, but it is not the Bulls.
Not the Bulls. This is such an interesting question. Okay, then
It is.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go with maybe like teams that only won like one or two chips, like the Bucks.
Not the Bucks.
Not the Bucks. Raptors have done a lot of losing. I feel like, other than the DeMar and Kawhi year. It's not the Raptors, right?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Uh, I feel like Cavs
How
done a
many
lot
more
of losing.
guesses would you like to
Okay, I'll take
take?
5 more guesses.
Okay. I think that's pretty generous. So yeah, go for it.
Okay, we'll go with. I already did. Magic.
Not the Magic.
Okay,
4 more.
Nuggets.
Not the Nuggets.
Not the Nuggets. I guess they've always been kind of good. What about the Nets?
Not the Nets.
Okay,
Two more
Suns.
guesses. Not the Suns. All
One
right.
more.
One final guess.
We'll go with. Hmm, uh, mm, Pacers.
You
Let's
got it. With a
go.
random ass clutch on your final guess.
I was about to
All
guess Thunder
right.
too. Oh my god, what a guess!
Yeah. So Pacers all-time win percentage is 499.
499.
Like just a notch below 500.
Yeah,
And and their record now, I don't know if they played yesterday or today. I don't think so. But at least as of the time that I made, oh wait, they did play yesterday and they won. So I think I'm just gonna increase this by 1 game. So all-time record in 3,869 games played all time. Pacers record is 1931 and 1938.
wow.
So like so close to 500.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so a really good clutch up at the very end
Let's
on your
go,
part.
Kobe.
All right. So the next one, I feel like this one definitely not gonna give out as many guesses because it's really not gonna be needed, quite honestly, to make that many guesses, I don't think. Um so now the question is, which team has the best all-time winning percentage? Okay, I feel like honestly this one probably you shouldn't get too many guesses because then it'll be too easy to eventually get it.
3 guesses.
All right, 3 guesses.
Spurs.
You got it.
Oh, okay. Yes, but they always win.
You only
Like,
needed one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So their record, I'm just gonna add one loss because they actually no, I'll add one win and one loss because they I believe played two games since the All-Star break. So all-time record they have or all-time win percentage is 596, so nearly 60% wins all time. And if adding one to each column is makes it correct, their record is now 2,306 and 1563. So a lot of winning success for the Spurs historically. All right. This next one I feel like is honestly not that hard. Um, which team has had the most number one picks?
Ooh, I want to say the Spurs again. They've had three, I believe. I don't know if that's a lot.
I mean, three is a good amount, but they're not the one with the most picks.
Cavs.
Ah, six all time.
Ooh, six. Wow.
Yeah. All right. The next one. What is the most worn NBA number? I feel like probably this one, probably just one guess, like not like too many guesses again.
Uh, is it 23?
Um, Honestly, not a bad guess knowing the
Uh,
popularity of the number.
I was
It's
gonna
actually 12,
12. Okay, that I wouldn't have guessed 12. So okay. I would have
yeah.
guessed 1 or 0 before 12.
I probably would have also, honestly. All right. This next one is definitely going to be challenging, but for the sake of fun, okay? So, what is the least amount of points scored in a single quarter in an NBA game?
Okay,
You don't need to name the team, by the way.
I know
Like, I'll tell you.
the Lakers and Grizzlies when they played each other in the playoffs. We watched this game, and in the first quarter, I believe they only scored 9 points.
Which is pretty bad, but that is not the lowest in a quarter.
Damn it, 7,
Not seven. How about one more guess?
8.
Um, Also no.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. Very embarrassing, by the way. The least amount of points scored in a quarter in an NBA game was two.
How does that even
It was
happen?
the I don't know. Okay, so this happened in February 2004, and it was the Warriors who did it against the Raptors.
Wow.
2 points in a damn quarter. Like, how does that happen? No idea. You can think of it like in 12 minutes, they only scored a single basket.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it was a basket or free throws. I don't know, but nonetheless, really bad. That was a tough one. So honestly, no shame in getting that, not getting that one. All right. Um, so the next question, I guess I'll ask. Honestly, this would be number 10. I think this could be the last one, and then you
Okay.
can do your mini game.
Okay.
All right. So this one might. This is like a two-part question. So I said, what pick was Michael Jordan drafted? And then could you name players that were picked before him?
Okay, so he was the third overall draft pick, right?
Okay, you got that part.
Hakeem
Now, do you
was
know who was picked
drafted.
before him?
Hakeem was drafted number 1, and I believe number
Correct.
2 was this guy named Sam. I think he was like a 7 footer. Is it a Sam or am I tripping?
It is a Sam, but do you know what his last
No,
name
I
is?
have no idea what his last name is. So does it start with a B?
You got it.
Okay.
Honestly, like it starts as a B, but
Like I don't know this
you
guy. He
know.
ended up being like a bum, but uh
Yeah.
was he drafted to The Blazers. Do you know that?
He was drafted to
Okay,
the
I know
Blazers, I
everything
believe.
about this guy except his last name.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to guess it. Like Birmingham is that last name? Bridges. Um,
Uh, None of those. You want
Bill.
me to just tell it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because honestly, like you got pretty much everything down except for his exact last name, which is still pretty good. Sam Bowie.
Bowie. Okay, like David Bowie. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So there we have it. 10 NBA trivia questions. And I think that would be good for honestly probably my final game.
Okay, yeah.
So now Memo will go over his final mini game.
All right, and just like you, I have a blind ranking. So today you are blind. Today you are blind ranking NBA duos based off of the newest trade deadline. We have some new duos. So assuming that everybody's healthy,
Okay.
you are gonna blind rank these duos, starting with Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry. How would you rank them?
All right. I'll rank them as three.
Okay, three. Keeping it safe, I like it. How about Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving?
Okay.
Are they better than Jimmy Butler and Steph, or worse?
Honestly, I'm gonna say better too.
Too interesting. Okay, okay. I think the fit might be better. Next,
Yeah.
Giannis and Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma. Um, I feel like Kyle Kuzma makes it a little bit of a weakling. I don't know why. Um, that being said, that means if I had to put them higher, I had to put them at one. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna put the Bucks at four.
Okay, the Bucks at four. Interesting. Next, I've got Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox.
Ooh, okay.
Are they better than Kyrie and AD? Are they worse than
I
Giannis
think
and
so.
Kuzma?
I don't think they're better than Kyrie and AD. It's debatable between Kuz and Giannis thing though.
Debatable.
Honestly,
Interesting.
risky, risky, risky. But I'm gonna put the Spurs at five.
Alright, that might have saved you because at the last team I was gonna mention, the last duo I was gonna mention is Luka Doncic and LeBron James.
Okay. Um, I was like very hesitant and like I didn't know for sure if that was gonna be picked or if it would be picked. But I thought probably it should be picked. But yeah, honestly, if I look at these teams in hindsight, maybe the only change I would make would be Spurs ahead of Bucks, honestly.
Yeah,
Aside from that, I think the rest of it is fine.
yeah, not too shabby, not too shabby. So that was my last game. We did a good amount of games. I think we could call it here. Hopefully, we do another one of these in the future, in the near future, because these are always fun.
Definitely, it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, always.
and we could always implement it at like the end of some other episodes if we have the time. But we'll see. Hopefully, I can make some of these into shorts and TikToks. But yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully, I think maybe we'll go back to doing the same old podcast rundowns starting next week. We'll see. But yeah, I guess we'll end it here. So thank you all for watching. If you like the video, if you're on YouTube, like it, leave a comment. That would be great. Subscribe. That would be even better. If you're on an audio platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow and leave a 5-star rating and review check our socials. I have a new YouTube video out with hoops that you can check out on my other channel, Fancy Memo. You can check that out. And again, I'm trying to make some of these mini games into shorts in TikTok. So check out TikTok, check out our channel to see those in the future. But anything you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, pretty much just mirroring and continuing off what Memo said. Thank you guys as always for continuously supporting our channel. We greatly appreciate it. Wouldn't be where we are without you guys. If you guys like our content, make sure to continue to watch, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all platforms. And yeah, definitely do check out that video on Memo's other channel, the one that we did our rankings of the last 10 Super Bowl halftime performances, because that was a fun one as well. And you do not want to miss it. And on top of that, make sure to stay tuned because we will bring up more bangers like this. And slowly but surely, playoffs is like 2 months away. So yeah, season going by fast. Um, but yeah, appreciate you guys as always. Thank you guys.
And yeah, we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.